everyone. Yeah, it's me. Just got back from Amanda's and Danny's place, and we came back home after spending a day and a night with them. And look at what we got. Do you guys know what this is? That is birch bark and needs to be cleaned up. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. But this is Wrapping Saturday. And yep, the coffee chat. So just giving you a little bit of heads up what's coming your way. Okay, step one, we're giving it a bath. Yes, got a little bit of soap in there, and I have a little bit of bleach in there. And I'm going to clean it all up on the inside and kind of brush the outside so it shows the white looking birch with the, that. All right, hang on. Oops. I didn't drop you in there, I promise. Well, good afternoon. And it's not a coffee break, but I'm going to put that there because it's Saturday, but I'm having a tea break. Thank you, Miss Cindy. I love Grandma's tea with berries. Yes. And Tater loves her little container, but she's not getting it until I'm done. I love the tea. Thank you. All right. Very good tea. What can I say? I just got back just a little bit ago from over at Danny's and in Amanda's house, and we went out in the woods and we gallivanted around before we had to go and see Miss Abby in the play, and she did very, very well. In fact, it was two back to back, so this afternoon they were having the second play, the same play, but the second one, and all the kids. I mean, I could not believe that it only took 1 week for them to practice. It was just fantastic. So, before that, my daughter and I went gallivanting in the woods. Yep. And I told her when I got there that I was looking for birch bark. And she said, well, I don't even know what that looks like. And I said, well, I'm going to go and scan the trees because in the wintertime, before the spring and everything is bud, I said, it's very easy to find. And I looked, and I mean, there's hills and everything. They're backed up to the Iowa River, but they're kind of way up on, a ridge, if you will. I guess they call them bluffs up here. But anyways, so they were in no threat with the floods. But we wanted to try to find a way to get down to the river or near it for later on taking the canoe and stuff, but it is really steep. So while we were gallivanting around, I just couldn't find any. And just as we were coming back up, yeah, you guessed it, it wasn't a live one. It was laying down. I saw one little piece and I said, where did that come from? Something just didn't drag it around. I said, it's got to be around here somewhere. And there was a little nest of them with trees. I don't know what happened, or whatever, because none of them were standing. So they were all laid down, and I rescued them. And I was so excited. And I had Amanda out there digging too. This one's all cleaned up. See in the inside. And you're wondering, okay, what's this hillbilly gonna do? It's got to be wrapping of some sort because it's Saturday. Yes, and just look at how beautiful and how clean. And then I still have a whole bunch out there on the porch that I haven't cleaned off, but this is the best time of year to go out there and get this because all the insects and everything like that, all you do is just bring it on in and clean it up. I used soap and bleach water, and I scrubbed it, and it's still really pliable. So if it gets a little brittle or where it doesn't want to bend, well, then I just stick it back in the water for a little bit and dry it out just a tad, and that you don't want it really wet, but look at that. It's got a lot of give in it. So I had so much fun getting this, and she was excited because now she knows what birch was. And then I made the mistake. When I got home, I took a picture and I sent it to my son Jeremiah. And of course he called, and he said, "What are you going to do with that?" And I said, I'm going to wrap soap and do whatever I can, mostly, using it for decorating. And he said, no, he said, use it to make birch oil, because birch oil, is very good to burn with. You just, after it get going, and cook it, if you will. And then you can take that birch bark oil, salve, and it is highly potent to take out in the field. And if you're having a hard time trying to get a fire going, you use that. I said, you ain't touching mine. And I says, and I got a stashy stash. And he says, well, you found it over at my sister's place, and I'm going to go look at it. I said, it is well guarded, and you can't have it. Maybe just a little. But I think he was up in Minnesota when he got his. And I said, did you share with me? No. So stay out of my stash. So anyways, that was that part. But we had a really, really good time. And I got to tell you this funny little episode, because it is a coffee break. Why not? And then I will get into doing some fancy-dancy wrapping for nothing. And a little thing that Amanda went, she's like, I got you something, Mom. She's like, I got you some goodies. So she went to the thrift store, and she always looks around. Sometimes they don't have anything, and then other times she does. So she got me some really good stuff. But let me tell you the story. It's kind of sad, but it's just kind of weird too. That is so good. Anyways, she had this scale, and it was got all these whistles and buttons, and all these different kinds of things that you can do, and it ran with a battery. And she says, Mom, get on that scale. And I said, oh no. I said, I eat what I want, and I can't eat very much, but since surgery, but I try to get my protein, and I try to be good. But if I want a snack and it's sweet, I get it, but I can't eat very much of it because I'll be in the bathroom. It just upsets my stomach very much. So I said, no, I made that coffee cake for me and Danny. And I said, I don't want to get on that scale. And she goes, well, how much do you think you weigh? I said, well, the last time I weighed was 118. And I said, I'm thinking, because my ideal weight, as the doctor said, going through post-surgery and stuff, was, because I'm an older woman, I should be around, you always fluctuate 5, so it'll be like 120 to 125. Somewhere in that area, that is supposed to be my ideal weight. Well, I'm just under 5'2", but I'm going to say I'm 5'2". And Amanda is 5'4". And you know how gorgeous she looks. So she said, get on that scale and see how much you weigh. She says, when was it? I said, a year ago, last March, was when I weighed myself. And I said, I'm at my ideal weight. And I said, and my clothes still fit good. I dropped a little bit, but I said, I'm happy. I feel healthy. I can get out there and march around. And she was surprised because we were up and down in the ravine and then up on the ridge on the other side. And yeah, I'm like, get going, get going. I could have kept on going. And she says, Mom, I can't believe you, because we always traipsed in the woods. But when I had so much problems, I could walk a couple of steps, and it's like, I got a Charlie horse or whatever. But anyways, blah, blah, blah. Get back to the scale. Fancy dancy one. So I said, okay. So I went in there and I got on. She says, you got to tap it first, and then it will, it will scale it to 0, 0 or something like that. And then you step on it right after that. I said, okay. So I got on it, and I'm sitting there like, no. I said, something's wrong with your scale, because I think it's stuck on your weight. You know, I said, there's no way, you know, and it was 112.2. So she said, what? So she got on the scale and she says, what is wrong with this thing? Because it was a 112.2. Changed the batteries, went in there and reset it all and stuff like that. She goes, okay. She gets on there, 112.2. She goes, okay, I'm going to reset it, and then you get on there, 112.2. Anyways, long story short, 30 minutes of this. We took all different kinds of stuff, baskets of stuff, and, you know, got Danny on the scale, did everything for 30 minutes trying to see what's wrong with that scale. So we even had Tater, bless her heart. Amanda would get on the scale and I'd hand her the Tater. And then I'd take her off and it seemed to be going good. She got off it, reset it. I get on the scale. Same amount of weight. She hands me Tater and we just look at each other and it's unbelievable, but my daughter and I weigh 112.2 and we just, I don't know, it's just really weird, you know, our heights and everything, but she's gorgeous, but I'm like sweating bullets. I don't know. Glenn's kind of upset about it, but I said, you know what, I feel very good and I've been taking care of myself. So long story short, I think I'm going to have to go back and talk to, my dietary team again, see, and it might be, they said that you would iron out. So we'll play with the scale in 2 weeks when I go back up there and get some more of my stash. Yes. So it was weird. 30 minutes of that stuff. Unbelievable. Okay. So she went and she was so excited about me coming because she went to the thrift store. And these, I think, are, she got a whole bag. I used some of them. It was 75 cents, you guys. You know how when you buy, yeah, I mean, this is cloth. It's not cheap. It's wrapped in, you know, if you buy it or whatever. I mean, this wasn't even at the dollar store, but just things like this. And these little ribbon roses. Oh, got it at Hobby Lobby. And these right here was 2 for $1. So, a little thing like that. Well, I guess she got a whole bunch of different stuff for 75 cents. So, there you go. I was excited to see all that. Then, these stuff in there. Then she got, this is really, really strange, but, and she got some stuff in the mail, and so she, you know, yep, we reuse all that packaging material. Where is the other stuff? Oh my goodness, I didn't even see that in there. Okay, I don't know if anyone has seen, and some of this raffia, but this is, this one right here, it feels like corn, corn shucks or whatever. I mean, it is some darn good stuff, whatever it is. Okay. She got all of this. I don't know. I mean, practically pennies. Do you guys see that? I have never seen nothing like this. This stuff is beautiful. Look at that. And there's a whole bunch of it. I mean, really, really wonderful stuff. There's my favorite color. I just love grays. Grays and pinks. Yep. So, got a whole bunch of that, and I can't remember what she said she paid for that or where. And she goes, what is it? And I said, I don't know, but it looks interesting, and we're going to use it. So, that's what we're going to use. Okay. Now I'm going to try to get my picture off in there because I don't like showing my face all the time. Now that I know how to do this kind of stuff, let's get back to the interesting things and not the hillbilly's crazy life. Alrighty, you know, look at all these cans, and these ain't all of them. I used to have a can opener, and a long time ago I used to can with tin cans, and I had a flanger. But do you think I could get one of them things? I don't know where it went with all the moving, all the, you know, life adventures or whatever. But it cuts it out so you could reuse this can. That's what I did. The flanger would flange it out, but the cutting thing on that flanger, it came with it, would cut right below this little lip, and then I'd have the flanger and roll it back on and then buy the lids. Yeah, I did that. Well, I have a can opener that would do this, but it don't last like everything else. It don't last long anymore. I don't know if that, nope, that's not that. But anyways, I can't use them anymore. I used to save all my cans. That needs to be cleaned up. And the lids. And then I would just fix up this. And then I would put in a pound or so of my wax melts. You know, just, you know, not chunks, but cubes of wax melts in here. And then, you know, I would sell it as, you know, big old thing, or even in the small ones. So I try to save all my cans, and then I get so many of them I have to get busy on it. So much you can do. This one right here, I just painted it. Yeah, you see what I'm gonna do there, because I'll show you the paint one in just a second, but let me show you this one with, remember the papers? I got all different kinds of papers, so I just put it around here, decoupage it. Yep, you guessed it. But each one of these cans will hold a pound of my bath salts, and you get something, voila. And this is what it looks like. That should set you down a little bit right here. It's got that heater on. The top, I'm not even bothering and monkeying around with it like I used to. But to decorate it, I just think the tin cans are adorable. I put my label on it. I think these are lavenders that I've done. And it feels really good. You just do what you want with fancying up. But this one, yep. I'm taking the birch bark, and I've been monkeying around with it. And I'm going to put that on there. And it is going to look so pretty, because you know how I know that? Well, let me show you. What do you think? I know someone's going ooh and ah, but look at that. That is the birch bark. Just an idea of how to do this. Painted the can. Da-da-da. You don't want to do it real, you know, like pretty. You just want it to look kind of like on the rustic side. And I didn't know what to do with my label, so it went on the back. What you think? That is a pound. And I could just see it up on a shelf somewhere. Or if I was to venture down to Miss Deborah's way, to the farmers markets down there, I'm only kidding. I'd just go and watch her work her booty off doing that. But that would be nice right there. Bath salts. Isn't that pretty, guys? So yes, the crazy hillbilly, getting the birch bark, cleaning it up. Look at that. Yep, molding it. This one's getting a little dried out, so I would either put some oil on it and soften it up like you would leather or anything like that. But back to the cans. Here's one with that stuff on it. I'm just demonstrating what I think would look nice. And that's how I start it. Put a ribbon around it or some raffia. You guys get my drift? See what I mean? Okay, isn't it pretty cool? Yes. Now's the time to go look for birch bark. Okay, what else? Oh, and of course, you know, like the can that I showed you. This one. Yep. All different kinds of paper. I just had a little bit left over on that. Okay, let's get to the soap. You know, I'm going to get ready to do my salt bars. And so I thought, you know how they are. They're kind of, you know, like a half round. What do you guys think? Just a little piece. Can you see it all right? There's the handmade thing. And then I don't think I'll put the tape on. I think I'll just use the raffia to hold it in there. But then I would put my label on the back. Or just a little bit on the back. What do you guys think? Yeah, some of them anyways. Not the pretty girly ones, but that would be a really guy one. Okay, that'd be a nice guy one. Alrighty. Let's do a girly girl. When I think about all my soapy sisters out there that loves the bling bling. What do you think about that with the birch bark? Do you see the little handmade, or is it made with love? There you guys go. That's the birch bark. See? I'm not lying. I didn't put the label on yet, but I'd probably slide it down in there. All right. Let's see. Yep. There, that's a better. See the little angle thing? Yeah, I just do a prototype and see what I wanna do. So that's the coffee break. Am I going? Yeah, about 21 minutes. Oh my goodness. So I will not go in and show you how I do this, but I will explain it fast. You want to mold it. And then I got my hot glue gun, of course. But what I do first is I get, if you're going to use raffia or whatever, and I get what I'm going to do to tie it, and I'll tie that on. I just let that and just kind of put a little dab just so that it gives it a 3-dimension. Then, after I get that on, I get the raffia or a ribbon around it to hold this in place. Then I come back with the glue gun, because you'll have to, like when you put these two together, yeah, you want to take and put the glue gun, but you want to sit there and hold it, because yes, this is organic material and you want it to get cold and stick. But that's all I did. I think that is beautiful. It would look good even if this was painted, or just the, you know, the shiny tin can. You can also dress it up by taking a bead of, oh, you saw me with that little bling bling thing, and then just do a strip that goes all the way around. It looks like little diamonds. Put that right up on the top. Yeah, I'm using them for my salt, but I'm sure that you guys can think about these cans and what you could put in them, and, you know, just make it your own. Make it something that nobody else has got out there. So that was one of the ones that I had for the men's, and it just fits in your hand, but I thought that looked really good. Be a nice man's soap for my salt bar, or just a man's, you know, kind of thing. I wouldn't wrap it all the way around, but maybe a little bit more, whatever. Put it cockeyed, or anyways. So I am gonna say goodbye. I feel pretty well ragged, but I'm going to have a wonderful, quiet night with Danny, right, Danny? and gonna go to church in the morning, aren't we, buddy? All right.
Yep.
You want to say goodbye to everyone?
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed the coffee break, the tea break, and you want to go and turn it off? Guys, stay out of trouble, and we'll try to do the same thing. Wait, Danny, say goodbye.
Bye.
You didn't say goodbye.